Reframing is when you change the language with which you describe a situation. Reframing is so powerful that it can change a situation from negative to positive. In this video, I will tell you the importance of reframing and how you can start reframing your language to change your situation. Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Hello, fellow Inspirers. Welcome to Inspira Central. My name is Monica and I'm the Chief Inspirer herself. It's so good to have you here. Today, I'll be talking about the power of reframing. Reframing or rephrasing is when you change the language that you use to describe something. For instance, you can call something a funny name, or you can use an innuendo for it, or you can call it something else. And that changes the way you see it in your mind's eye. When you reframe a word or you reframe a situation, you can change it from positive to negative, or from negative to positive. Or sometimes you can change or intensify the degree of positivity or negativity with which you see that particular situation. For instance, if you say, someone kicked the bucket, that will be a euphemism. A euphemism is when you use a lighter phrase or sentence to describe a very serious sentence. As I've mentioned, for instance, kicking the bucket is equal to someone passing away or someone dying. Now imagine someone saying he kicked the bucket. Somebody who doesn't understand that idiom may just say, kicked the bucket. Then they would visualize somebody kicking the bucket. And that for them will not carry that same message or that kind of deepness or that kind of seriousness attached to somebody passing away or somebody dying. So the way you say something can change the way somebody sees it, can change the gravity or seriousness of the situation. Now, another thing that reframing does is that reframing changes the way you look at a situation. For instance, if you fail at a project or you didn't do so well at a project, there is a whole world of difference when you say, I have failed versus I'm a failure. I have failed means that this is a situation in which I've failed. I'm a failure means that you're describing yourself. And when you say I'm a failure and describe yourself as a failure, it means that everything that you are, everything that you do, everything that you can ever do is a failure, even before you've done it. If you say I'm a failure, it means you now have to fix yourself. It's not just about this one situation. It means that every other situation is a failure. It means that every other situation has automatically failed, in fact, by default, before you do it. When you say I'm a failure, you're now looking at yourself. You're now looking down at yourself and wondering, what is wrong with my head? What is wrong with my brain? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with my looks? What is wrong with everything about me? That's a statement you should never make about yourself or about any other person. Saying that somebody is a failure is like saying, wrap it up. This is a lost cause. We can't work with this. This cannot change. It's like saying, discard this person. Get this person over with. This is done and dusted. We cannot fix this person. But when you have a situation of saying, I failed on this project, then you start looking at the project. You now start saying, so how do I fix this? This is the situation in which I've failed. How do I fix it? How do I rectify it? How do I make sure I don't fail again? It is completely different from when you say, I'm a failure. So language is very important. Reframing is very important. Another situation in which reframing can be very useful is in cementing your relationships. Reframing has a way of changing the way you see your partner, or changing the way you see your family member or your friend. If you use negative language, if you use words of insults and describe your partner or your family member, you're going to start seeing them in a negative light. But if you always have pet names or you have soft names that you call your partner or your family member, you're likely to feel tender and loving towards that person. So for instance, let's say if you always call your partner something like sweetheart, even if you're having a quarrel, you're like, but sweetheart, I'm trying to explain. Do you know that you will not feel as much negativity or dislike towards your partner compared to if you say, but Mary, what I'm saying is. When you say but Mary, you're kind of distancing yourself from your partner. But when you say, sweetheart, what I'm trying to say is, you remember that this person is your sweetheart. The simple fact that even in an argument you called your partner sweetheart can actually reduce the tension that both of you are feeling. It can douse the tension so much so that you people just let go and say, this whole thing is not worth it. It's not moving forward. Okay, let us find a compromise. Let us come to a compromise because this whole thing is not working. I am tired of arguing and I think we need to come up with a solution. I'm not saying that it's wrong to call your partner by his or her name, but what I am saying is that the simple fact that you use a pet name versus you're calling your partner's name creates two completely different emotions. It creates two completely different situations. When you're calling your partner's name, you're detaching, you're dissociating. But when you call the person the pet name that you usually call that person, sweetheart, honey, darling, then it means you're still my sweetheart. So even though we are having this argument, it is not me versus you, it is us versus this situation. It is a completely different situation. So reframing is so important because it can change the way you see something and it can change the way you behave towards someone or the way you react to a situation. Start reframing today. If you have a situation that is very negative in your eyes, find a way to reframe it. What's the situation? Okay, let's say it's raining and you have an appointment at 8 a.m. and you're like, this rain has ruined my day. When you say that, do you know that sometimes that's how your day starts to go downhill? Because you said the day has been ruined. You've already given up on the day and you've not left the house. The day has just begun and you've already given up on the day. You've already called the day a bad day. Now, if you change the language and say, this rain is falling now, well, that gives me enough time to have my breakfast. It means you're seeing something positive out of that situation. So instead of thinking that the rain is an enemy, the rain has messed up your day, the rain is here to destroy the day, look at it as an opportunity. Tell yourself, this is an opportunity for me to now knot my tie very well. Or this is an opportunity for me to talk with my kids while we are waiting for the rain to reduce because it's so stormy out there. This is an opportunity for me to sit down, take a look at my CV and prepare myself better for this interview. If for instance you're going for an interview. So the way you see something, the language with which you describe it can change your world completely. It can change your mindset completely and move what would ordinarily look like a negative situation to become a positive one. And the irony of it is that the situation does not change. It is how you think about it, how you see it that now changes. It is the way you now look at it, your worldview or your perspective towards that thing that now changes. The situation has not changed. And then this now helps you to become more resilient. It helps you to be happier in situations that ordinarily would have made you very unhappy. You remain happy, you stay happy because you are looking at it from a positive perspective. Perspective is everything. And that is why you must learn to paraphrase, rephrase, or reframe the way you talk about something. Sometimes you may not have to say the word, but what you think about it. Because actually your inner thoughts is you talking to yourself. So the way you think about it and then the way you vocalize it should be reframed so that you can now start seeing things in a more positive light than thinking that the world is out here to get you, everybody's out here to wreck you, or nothing is ever going right. Change the way you talk about it, change the way you think about a situation, and you will change the way you react to that situation. And you will start to find out that in every negative thing, there's something positive. There's always something you can gain, even from unpleasant situations. So start reframing today. I just want to give you an extra tip. Get a paper and biro. Look at situations that you're going through at the moment. Maybe they are negative situations. Start writing them down. Draw like a table. I'm going to put up something on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Draw a table where you say how I feel about this situation. Then on the other side of the table, you say, I am rephrasing it to mean this. So for instance, you say, let's say, I burnt my new shirt. Maybe you were ironing your shirt and you burnt it. You can now say, I burnt my new shirt. Oh, that's a big loss. Then you can reframe that into something like, I burnt my new shirt. Now I have more space for something new. Now I can add a new shirt to my wardrobe. Or you say, now I have more space in my wardrobe. Can you imagine saying something like that? When you say something like that, you're actually going to laugh because like, okay, I bought a new shirt to go get a new shirt, but it's just for you to make light of the situation and see that it's not all bad. And even burning a shirt can actually create room for another shirt. So start reframing today. Begin with your write-up, paper and biro. I'm very big on writing because when you write, you clear up your thoughts. When you write, you see things from a better perspective. When you write, you put your thoughts down on paper and you can physically see them. So start writing today. Start reframing in your mind. Start reframing in your words. Start reframing and rephrasing on paper. Get to it now. Tell me how that has helped you. Tell me in the comment section. I look forward to reading your comments. I hope that this video has helped you. Tell me how this video has changed the way you see the world, and if it has helped you reframe such that negative situations have now started to have some advantages for you and things are not as bad as they used to seem. If you enjoyed watching this video and you'd like to see more videos on mental health, self-development, and personal growth, please subscribe to this channel. Simply click the subscribe button and get subscribed to this channel today. It is completely free of charge to subscribe to this channel. You don't have to pay anything to subscribe to this channel. So click that subscribe button. Also, do not forget to click the notification button so you'll be notified as soon as I update. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. Also, please share this video with everyone. We all need to start reframing and changing the way we describe situations. Share this video so that people can start to improve their language and the way they see things so that life will be more positive for them. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I have a playlist in the description of this video. Go watch each of the videos in that playlist. Drop a comment on each of those videos and tell me how they have helped you. Thank you once more for giving me your time. Don't forget to be an inspiration. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Please subscribe, click the notification button, like this channel, share our videos, and follow us on social media. Thank you very much. Inspira Central.